So it's 10 p.m. here in Spain. Or is it 4:20 here in
Ladies
Spain?
and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8,
Yeah.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh yes, 10 p.m. here in sunny Spain with today's date's the 9th of November. Didn't go quick, eh? As soon as that summer goes, we're right into winter mode. And I'll be honest, guys, today the switch is gone. We're into the winter mode switch now. This is my last day of wearing my shorts because it's getting a bit chilly around the old kneecaps. So yeah, 22 today in the shade. So probably touching 26 maybe. Hate to think what the swimming pool's like now, even though Cheryl said she was in there again today. So we've got 26 in the house, top people. So don't forget the old likes. Don't be tight. Doesn't cost you nothing. All right, then we got Ian, Simon, Jim, Top Man, Bengal Bert, Ola, Mad Dave's in the house, well done, and Arena does it again. Top lady, good evening, Sean. Nearly finished my first hat for the winter. Do you mean like a teapot hat, maybe, or one of those woolly hats? Looking forward to your next lot of yarn from Camposol. Hope your week went well. Yeah, not much happened this. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, a lot happened this week because we're having the kitchen done out, and thankfully it's nearly finished. We've got water back on, so yeah, we're back upstairs in the kitchen again now. It's a few things we've got to finish off, but it's nearly to how we like it. I will put some pictures up in the week, like what was it like before and what it looks like now. Thomas, top man. Tony, Keb's in the house, well done. Tommy, Alan, Glenn, Billy, Peter. Don't forget it, folks. Hang on. And Yabbis is in the house, well done. Happy Sunday. And Flyboy's in. Anyway, don't go by that thing. I've given up trying to fix that clock. I can safely say I don't even know what time that's supposed to be honest. Let's have a quick look without me falling off my chair. It's I don't know what time that is, to be honest. It's like 11:15. Anyway, so don't go by that clock, folks. Anyway, to be honest, guys, I haven't got a lot of questions tonight. To be honest, I've only got one question really, and that ain't much of a question. So what I thought I'd do, if I don't get any questions in the chat here, it's the wrong side. It's that side on me. You can't see it obviously because you're watching it on YouTube. Yeah, I haven't got a lot of questions tonight. I only got one question really. That's not going to take long, is it? But what I've done, I've downloaded because I use that Chat GPT now, that AI stuff, and I thought something to chat about is obviously because it's winter now, isn't it? So I thought we'd chat about the winter. That's a fantastic subject to talk about, isn't it? Especially here in Spain. So let's have a quick look. I think we're still Martin's in now, and Donna, Bex is in, and Carol, Martin again, Life in Back Shorts. Peter saying cold and wet and miserable weather in Somerset today. It's 12 degrees. Yeah, that's definitely winter weather, isn't it? 12 degrees. Anyway, my first question, believe it or not, Bex, is you. Is when you said, is Starlink worth getting? And to be quite honest, yeah, it is. Because the reason, what happened this morning, if you didn't know, I had to do two live 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes lasted about 40 seconds. That's because lobster, because my Starlink won't reach down the bottom end of my garden. I'll have to get a booster, I think. But anyway, I don't know what was going on. This happened before for some reason with lobster, it just broke up and froze. And unfortunately, the guys that did put down free magnet Sunday, I've got a couple with you, but because I only got 40 seconds my end, I had to delete it all. So unfortunately, anybody that was on the first 5 minutes, I'm gonna have to try again next week, guys. Anyway, going back to Starlink, as far as I'm concerned, I ain't had no problems with it. I mean, okay, maybe the other end we do get problems. I don't know. I mean, nothing's 100%, is it? But to be honest, what I was on before was rubbish. And one of the things that I've noticed being on YouTube is I have to download a lot of stuff, and some of my stuff's quite big files. I'm talking about, we're talking about 10 gig or more. And when I used to use that other company, sometimes it'd go all through the night. Well, now I'm talking probably 20 minutes at my most. Sometimes if it's a short video, we're talking about 5 minutes, whereas before I could be there all afternoon. And if you know anybody lives there in Spain, we tend to get these stupid little power cuts. But I don't know what's going on lately, but the grid just goes off for a second. But because I'm in the basement and it goes off, what it does, it knocks out the internet first, and then it knocks off my machine, which shuts down and it has to go back in. Anyway, yeah, anybody that asks me about Starlink, I would definitely recommend it. And if you're living out in the country, 100% recommend it. Now, living there where I am, I've explained before why I can't get the fibre, because they can't be bothered to connect down the road. I just think one of the things I hate about Spain is the service. Sometimes, there's some of the people that I've had come here have been fantastic, but sometimes when you're paying it, when you're relying on something, that you tend to get let down. Anyway, Bex, get Starlink. Anyway, after that, I'm hoping that I've got some questions to talk about, because you all want to hear about the winter, obviously. All right, so here we go. Let's get back to life and back shorts, cold and wet. Says Peter. Colin, what do you get up to at Christmas? What do I get up in Christmas? Good question that. Now, usually this time, Christmas time, there's always some sort of pantomime on, but for some reason, the one that my wife's connected with, they haven't got a Christmas show on this year, which is a bit strange. I think they're having a bit of a break from it. So I usually go, you go to a pantomime. It's very much similar to the UK, to be honest. I mean, the Christmas lights are on. The Murcia city's amazing. I think probably a couple more weeks and then they'll put the lights on. And obviously they do have festivals and street markets, all that sort of stuff. And you can go to most of the big supermarkets will do turkey. Obviously, it's expensive, and no doubt it's expensive everywhere now. And I've noticed meats, especially beef, seems to be going through the roof at the moment. But not going anywhere because we got family coming for Christmas. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit busy. It's gonna be like a full house. But we go through all the stuff. We can get all the trimmings, the crackers, the Christmas pud. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not really sure what the Spanish have. I think, might be wrong. Do they have lobster or something like that? I don't know. I mean, one thing I do love, they have this amazing cake. It's like a circle. It's something to do with the Three Kings cake or something. And as you eat into the cake, if it's the kids, maybe, they find there's like a king or something like that. I do enjoy eating the cake, yeah, but they don't seem to do a Christmas pud. So, Colin, that's what I'll be up to this Christmas, and might be lucky because I think one year, not on Christmas Day, unfortunately, it did snow here for a day. So we do get snow in this part of the world. But yeah, I won't be going around in my red cloak. Jim, what's your favourite Spanish food, Sean? My favourite Spanish food, believe it or not, because every time I go in a bar or what I call a small restaurant, I always have a tostada with actongs, I call it, or tuna and tomato. Love it. It's not a big meal. It's like a bit of toast in it, but it's on a really crusty piece of bread. I'm not into the olive oil stuff, but I love I mean, tuna's quite expensive. You get a little titchy tin, but when you're in these bars and that, you must get it filled a massive gallon, really thick with tuna, bit of tomato. I love that. I'm not a great lover of paella, to be honest. I'm a bit of a fussy person. Don't like anything that's got bones in it. But yeah, a tostada, and some of the places you can go, you can get a tostada with a cup of coffee, a coffee con leche. Not even €5, so you can have a good meal just for that. So there you are, Colin. Oh, that was Jim's question. Sorry. Yeah, that's my favourite because you can't. Okay, I can't say it, but I can say it. I do love the McDonald's, but obviously that's not Spanish, is it? Eh? But what I have noticed, they are quite big into beef burgers here in Spain. I think when I was down in Murcia about a couple of weeks ago, there's a shopping centre opposite the IKEA place. Trader, feeder, I don't know. Upstairs, it's just full of beef burger restaurants, which some of the names I've never even heard of. But yeah, maybe a Spanish beef burger. Martin, good evening, Sean. Everyone, hope you're well. Thank you for Martin and Angela, top people. You was here for a bit. I don't know if you've gone back to the UK now to enjoy the UK. Because I did hear UK had a bit of sun today, apparently. Bex is laughing. Andrew, right. Is it easy to get wood and pellets for your house burners? And are prices reasonable versus gas? Good question, there, Andrew, because we do need to get the wood in. Now, past couple of years, the place I used to go to used to charge €150 for a ton of logs. And funny enough, that would take us right through the winter, and that would take us right up, believe it or not, until about April. So from now, well, I've left it a bit. Well, I haven't left it a bit late. I've just left it. I haven't got them in yet. But so I will inform you next Sunday what the price is. I mean, I would imagine it's obviously gone up a little bit. Pellets, I did see a post today on Facebook, a bag of pellets. I don't know what how big a bag of pellets is, but I think it was $6.50 if you buy it in bulk. And gas, I did hear last year a bottle of gas had gone up a little bit, but I think gas is still pretty well priced here in Spain. I don't have gas. We haven't even got piped in gas here on Camposol, but I believe down the road at the country club they've got piped in gas. But I know the bottle gas. A lot of people use bottle gas for cooking, obviously, and obviously gas burners. But I don't buy that, so I don't know what the prices are. So anybody that's got gas, chuck it on the list. Bex, I was on both of them, hence the cheeky question. Was you? Well done, because I know you're on the list, Bex. So you never know. Tonight you could get the free magnet. We just have to see what happens. Peter, hi Sean. I'm coming out in March to Camposol, flying into Murcia. I will want a car for a few days. I'm better to get one at the airport, or is there anywhere better in Camposol? That's a good question, that Peter. depends where you're coming into, I suppose. You're flying into Murcia. So when you say you're flying into Murcia, because Murcia, we're talking about Murcia International Airport or Corvera Airport, which is only a half hour away. Because they do, obviously, they do a selection of, was it Gold Car and all the other ones. But whereas Alicante got a bigger selection of cars, and my mate Yogi used to get a car company called Top Gear. That's it. It's called Top Gear. I'm not too sure the price, and that's something you'll have to look on the internet. And he said it's very good because as he gets into obviously the airport itself, he contacts them. They drive the car up to the front of the airport. He just change over the paperwork, and it's the same again as he gets dropped off. He drops the car off at the front. They take the car off him, but I don't know what the prices are. That I believe there is a car company on Camposol. I haven't seen them advertising a lot lately. I think they're called MG, something like that, MG something. And then there's another company down in Bolwavo, but I'm not sure about would they meet you at the airport. That's the thing, isn't it? Because there's nothing worse than getting at the airport and either you got to wait for a taxi. There is a coach, I believe, at Corvera that you can catch, but I think that's only like twice a day. Yeah, is that a lot of help for you, Peter? I have to have a nosy to see what's on around, but I don't see a lot about car hire companies, and it's the same with taxis. Obviously, there's no taxi service on Camposol. I think the Condado do a sort of a pickup service. The Condado taxis, I think they call themselves, and they got like a mini bus. So if there's quite a few of you, because obviously luggage is another thing, isn't it? Another problem. Yeah, check it out online. Thomas, we are on Lower C and use Ecom, Fiverr, 1 gig, great service. That's good, isn't it? Thomas, Fibre, Martin, Andrew, pallets from Leroy Merlin's, about €7 for a big bag. Logs are plentiful, but get proper dried wood. Wood burners are dirty in comparison to pellet burners. They just leave fine ash residue. I mean, I'll be honest, I've got a wood burner. Best thing ever put in. Yeah, admittedly, obviously, it's a bit of a pain because you get the logs delivered. You make sure I got like an outside oil room which is covered, so I put the logs in there. I've got another container. I keep the logs nice and dry. So you've got to move the logs up into the log basket inside in the morning. It didn't take much to clean it out, but I'll tell you what, the heat. And I know some people that have had pellet burners have gone back to wood burners because honestly, the heat, once we've got the wood burner going, we don't have the heat. The heating turns itself off, obviously, because of the temperature. Because before the wood burner, even where we got central heating, it wasn't enough. And unfortunately, on Camposol, the properties are not insulated. So as soon as the heating goes off, within 5 or 10 minutes, that heat's gone. So you do, obviously insulating your house is a thing. That's one of the things I will be talking about later on. Insulating your house, not easy, I don't think, here in Spain. It's not like the UK where you've got cavity wall. Obviously, a lot of some of the newer properties, but I will be honest. I've looked at a couple of new properties just up the road from me, prefab built. They ain't got no insulation. They make out they got this aircon system thing that does the hot air and cool air, but I don't think that's enough personally, and especially a new build, they should be properly insulated. Yeah, bit wrong, I think, personally. So, Yabbis is telling me, so how much does Starlink cost a month, Sean? And what start packet with Dish cost. Okay, well, at the moment, Yabis, it costs €40 a month. And as far as I know at the moment, the actual package, you just order it online, it's free. So you get the dish, you get the router and the other gadget. I'm not into all the technical things. You get the whole lot. That's all free. You're on a 12-month contract. And after that, obviously, you can stop at any time. But if you watch that video I've done, I've got a QR code on that. So you can get the first month free. But yeah, it's 40 euros a month. Now, I don't know what it is, but in the UK, it's a lot higher than that. And I think what it is, mainly because Spain's completely covered with the satellite system. And somebody last week, she's watching Paula, she actually took a photograph of the line of satellites that they've got up in the sky, which I thought was amazing. But yeah, 40 euro, I know that's a lot. Some people pay not even half that. But if you can't get hold of it, I mean, I can't get hold of fibre because the guy, like I said before, across the road, we ain't got a cable in the road, and he wouldn't give me a price on it. And because he wouldn't give me a price, I thought, well, I'm not signing the contract without knowing what it's going to cost me first to get it installed. So with that Starlink thing, that to me that was a good offer. It wasn't going to cost me anything other than paying the €40 a month. Question: what's your favourite Spanish food, Sean? Jimmy, is it you just said that a minute ago? Let's have a look. Yeah, you did. You said that a minute ago. I said to you, it's my tostada with tuna and tomato. Love it. Fantastic. And it's so cheap, but it's so filling. That's the main thing. They don't actually do what I call like a quick takeaway here in Spain. You got kebab shops, haven't you, and pizza places. And obviously you got the Burger King. Spain loves Burger King. And you got those sort of places, but you haven't actually got a sort of there are a couple tapas bars around, but they're not open all the time. This is the annoying thing here in Spain. When I go down the town now, half of them are shut. Some open up in the evening, some don't. Some don't even open up through the week. And I did notice there's still a beach bar still going down in Bolwavo, which is pretty handy. Okay, so we got Kev. Starlink has been very useful since Jan's parents got hit by Ivor hurricane in Jamaica. People are sharing Starlink Mini in their cars to let people get messages. Everything else is shot. Yeah, I mean, this is the other thing about Starlink, because when I was in the movie series thing, which ain't coming out yet. Now I've been told it's not coming out until just after Christmas. But the guys there, the German guys, he had one of these mini Starlink dishes that you can carry with you in your car, and he used to stop the car, get out the car, put the dish on the ground. Didn't have. I mean, it's always in a. You find the dish will have a stand that's set at a certain angle. You remember how you used to do the sky dishes? It had to be at a certain angle, didn't it? And I mean, within a couple of minutes, he's connected because he had no phone system. I was pretty amazed at that. But obviously, that's on a different pay scale. You can't. Wish it did both. You had the Starlink and you had the portable Starlink. That would be great, but they're on two different pay scales, unfortunately. But as Kev just said, if you live out on the campo, that's the thing to get, because I hear even some of the golf resorts are having major problems with their internet provider because they're obviously tied into just one provider. Not saying it's, and I think another thing here in Spain, they don't upgrading stuff. They will let the system burst really, because in the summertime here, the previous people that I was with in the summer, we used to sit here in the evening sometimes just watching the worm go around in circles because, and even sometimes, even this time of year, when I used to have it, the worm would come on. I'm talking about the whirly thing. You're just sitting there waiting, like waiting for paint to dry, isn't it? Oh, Steve's in the house now. Well done, Steve. 30, 30 likes. Well, you know what? I even looked at the got 39 of you watching me, top people. Won't be long now before I'll be picking the free magnet Sunday winner. Bex, you never know. Right, Martin, McDonald's Alicante used to be a tortilla. Oh, a tortilla burger. I'll be honest, I'm not very good with the spicy stuff. When Yogi comes over, every night we're in the engine, but thankfully I'll just get the what do you call it now? The calmer stuff. I suppose that's another thing with the Spanish. Some of the Spanish food can be a little bit spicy, and unfortunately my body just can't take it. That's what I say anyway. Right, yeah, clocks. Yes, well done, Steve. Well noticed. I did bring this up, but you might have just popped in this. The clock is totally wrong, so don't worry. I've got another clock there. I've got a clock down here. I'm on it. Burger King is better. Personally, Phil, don't like Burger King. It's too messy. I mean, to be honest, yeah, it's a big burger, isn't it? Better than a McDonald's burger, I must. But I do like a McDonald's because if you didn't know, because I'm a sort of a cordon bleu of McDonald's, they actually do a menu del dia in Burger King. McDonald's. God, it's put me head on it now. I think it's like 6.50, 7.50 maybe. You get a burger, chips, a drink, and not forgetting ice cream. I have a Kit Kat ice cream. Would you believe? Popeyes is good, better than Kentucky. Yabis, worst thing I've eaten here is a Taco Bell. Can I ask what that is, Yabis? Because I haven't heard of that one before. And to be honest, I did hear Popeyes because that's a burger thing, isn't it? But that's spicy as well, isn't it? I think it's a spicy thing, isn't it? Because I'm not very good with Kentucky Fried Chicken because they do a spicy thing as well, finger licking spicy thing. Colin, hello from Halewood. Harwood? Halewood? Never heard of that one in Liverpool. Looking to come over in April for a week or so for a house recce of all areas. Keep up the amazing work. Colin, you're a top man. So, good time to come over at April because it was still just coming out of winter, really. So, but it'll still be sunny. That's the main thing. You're doing the right thing. And the recce first, check it all out. And obviously, the surrounding area as well. Make sure you're happy with it. Bex, you should try the burgers at TGB, the Good Burger. Okay, now this could be in that shopping centre I was on about because there was some burger restaurants up there, never even heard of. It's a Spanish chain, but they are amazing burgers, and you can have a beer or wine with your meal deal. Now that's another thing I've noticed with McDonald's here in Spain. I haven't seen that anywhere else. You can have a beer with your meal. How nuts is that? That's right. Unfortunately, I'm not very good with the beers now. I find them a bit gassy, so I always end up getting a bottle of water. That's what happens when you get an old person. Our water is gas boiler. Heated costs about €15 a bottle and lasts for months. That's good, isn't it? Now, that was another thing that I found when I first came over. We rented for a couple of months, and the place that we was renting from had a solar water heater. I can say this because I don't care. What a load of rubbish that was. I thought that was the biggest con out, one of these solar boiler heaters, because once you've done the washing up or you had a shower, that's it. You used up all the hot water. You then next to it, obviously, you've got immersion heater, which defeats the object. Now, I have noticed lately there's not so many of these water heaters about now, because another thing I've noticed, the one that we had leaked. If you could tell on the roof, it had flooded the whole roof. And I know a few people where the pipes just rot in the sun. So yeah, don't get those solar heaters. And I noticed obviously most of the new properties have these solar heaters. Waste of money. I don't care. um, and funny enough, we got oil central heating, but I'll be honest, all through the year, because obviously we get the hot water off that system, we're hardly using any oil. Obviously, once we put the oil on, we're getting through about during the winter months. We're getting through about 50 liters. I'm right in thinking a week. But this obviously we ain't even turned the heating on yet. So last time I topped up was probably back in June, say. I put in 350 litres. We got a 600 litre tank. And ours is down to about 300 now. So it will need topping up for the winter time. But yeah, but that's good with the gas bottles. Because I think when I first arrived here in Spain, they were about €9 for a bottle of full gas. So 50. I know they did go up, didn't they? The bottles, but that's still a good price, isn't it? I can remember my parents having a gas water heater bottle. Yeah, and the guy, apparently, I believe the gas guy that comes around, he toots his horn, doesn't he? I'm not too sure if he brings it in the house or he just leaves it at a gate, because it can be a bit lumpy, can't they? Lugging that about. So Phil's saying, oh, we got Thomas here now. Thomas said about the gas water bottle, which is good. Car hire, stay clear of gold car. Yeah, if you put gold car on the internet and put in, say, complaints, you could get a lot. Bonwavo car hire advertised on the Costa Calida radio. See, this is another thing. I don't listen to the radio, but yep, I do hear about the Bonwavo cars. Not too sure if they actually meet at the airport. I suppose they would do, wouldn't they? Des is in the house. Go on, I haven't seen you for a while, Des. My first chance to watch Sean for 3 weeks. Where you been, Des? Been on holiday. Bengalbert, welcome back, Des. Hope you're well. How do you dispose of ash on Camposol? Not obviously hot ash, because I've seen some people chuck the ash into the green bins out in the street, which then tend to catch on fire. What I do, I put it on the plants. It's good fertilizer, apparently. That's what I've been told. Because we got loads of plants. Right, so Bengal Bird. Oh, Desert Sound, good thanks. Just mega busy, aren't we all? When I get around to it, my original wood burner is coming out. Its convector fan only comes on when it's raging and it's really noisy. Oh, that's what it is, Kev. You got a noisy convector fan. Now, when we got the rental place, that had a log burner. Now, I didn't know anything about log burners because I never had a log burner back in the UK. And I always thought a log burner, you just put your logs in, it got hot, didn't it? Sometimes you could leave the door open, which is not a good idea if the wind blows down the chimney hole, and blows all the smoke in your house. But didn't really, I think we'd been there about a month, and then because we was noticing it, the room wasn't getting very hot, and what it was, not knowing that there was a convector at the bottom of the wood burner, but it wasn't working. The electric thing wasn't working at all. So we were sat there with a log burner on with blankets. But now, obviously, one we got, the convector comes on. Once it gets to a certain temperature, the convector heater comes on and it blows it out into the room. And we're sat there. I'm not going to say we could be sat in our pants, but not far from it. Right. So, Yabbis 40 a month is a good for those without fibre. Very true. Yeah. Arena, go on, Sean. Why don't you tell us your favourite Spanish food? I just told you. I know I don't like paella. I'm not a fishy person, even though we live in a fishy area. Mazarron's famous for its fish, lobsters, and I'm not onto all that stuff. I just like a tostada, which is definitely Spanish. Every time I go in a bar, I always ask for a tostada atón, which is tuna with tomato. Amazing. And it's so cheap as well, but it's so filling as well. It's not like on a piece of little toast, it's on a really thick, crusty loaf. That's what I like. And Steve says Kit Kats. I'll be honest, yeah. And I've been in loads of Spanish places. They sell Kit Kats all over the place. I can't get enough of Kit Kats. How about your worst Spanish food? My worst Spanish food. Okay, I know he's not watching because he doesn't watch me on YouTube, thankfully. Miguel, he's a guy, amazing guy. Every time I go and see him, he always, because I say to him, why don't you do burger? Because he got a restaurant. I said, why don't you burger? Now, he does proper Spanish stuff. He actually cooks it there in front of you, sort of thing. You have to ring up sometimes if you want a proper meal. But it's not what I class. It's not a meal that I could eat really because he's always trying to persuade me. Like you get a pig, I mean a baby pig, thankfully, and he will cook it all. He'll cut it up so you might get a pig's bum or pig's cheek, as they call it, or pig's tail. Even the trotters, because went there one day. Steve can vouch for me because I think Steve had the pig's bum. I think I had the middle bit, which wasn't too bad. And the workers had all the other bits, the pig's nose and the trotters. I didn't particularly like that, but he did do a paella for me, special paella just for me and other people, obviously. And so for some reason, he piled up. He had it's rabbit meat, and I don't like bones. And he piled up all the meat, chucked it on my plate. And because I'm an old git, I can't eat that. Miguel, I can't eat that at all. But I couldn't eat any fishy stuff. I mean, I've seen it, the mussels. They do like a pizza thing with mussels all around it. Oh, no, couldn't eat that. But the pig thing was difficult. I didn't like it, to be honest. I think he knew that as well. Miguel, if you're watching me, I've always said it, you're a top man. Well, anyway, I just looked at the time, so we must get on and do the frame magnet Sunday. Now, what I'm doing now, because Chris from UPSTICKS, he chucked in a load of stickers. So there's always going to be a sticker now every week. But obviously, that's the main thing, isn't it? Look at that, eh? On your fridge, upside down, obviously. So it's Free Magnet Sunday. In here, in Yogi's lucky hat, I've got all the names that I picked out this morning, which was 30. I've written it down. Did I? I'm sure it's 35 of you. Anyway, 35 of you. So here we go. The lucky Yogi's hat. Just got to find the drum roll. Okay. I've got one. I've got one? Yeah, I've got one. Thought we had two then. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Is that Brian? Brian Wright. Got a long name, isn't it? Brian Wright Sunderland Cruiser. Okay, so Brian Wright Sunderland Cruiser, you've won the Free Magnet Sunday and being generous, I'm throwing one of Chris's stickers as well. So Brian, obviously I know that's your real name. It probably is Brian Wright, thinking about it. Obviously the other bit ain't. So Brian, if you can contact me on my Instagram account. It's the best way of contacting me. Just private message me on my Instagram account, which is obviously Expat Mazarron. I need your real name and obviously your address. If you live down the road, that would be fantastic, but probably not. Just make sure it's not in somewhere like, where can we, Hawaii, eh? Don't think not not if you're from Sunderland. So Brian, you're top man for that. Well done. I'm gonna put that there. Right. So that's sorted that out. We've got 20 minutes to go, so that's done well. I've got 48 comments. I've got 42 in the house. So guys, let me know if I've got 42. It's just dropped down to 41 now. 42 likes, that would be fantastic. Right, so we got down to Yabez's worst Spanish food, which I just talked about. Olo Condado. Oh, Brian. Oh, Brian. Look at that, eh? Ain't that amazing? Brian, you're in. So I just need your name and address, stick it on my Instagram account, and be in the post. Well done, Brian. So you're over in January. Got some good weather ordered. Well done. Bengal Bert's in the house. Where is the best Indian near you then, Sean? Okay. I'm not. Bengal Bert. Oh, you live down Bolwavo, don't you? So the best Indian, I would say, obviously, one on Camposol, which is a spice filler above, Piccolo's. I must say, very good service in there. Never really had a problem with them. But if you're looking outside of Camposol, there's one down in the port. As you go down past Burger King and that, and then as you get near the town, there's a little roundabout. You go over the roundabout, and then on your left-hand side, so I can't think of the name of it, begins with an S. It's opposite the Chinese clothing shop. I think it's called Mondo. But the spice filler, I think, is really nice. Be honest, the one, no, I can't say it because I live opposite them. Spice filler, amazing place. Check it out, Bengal Bert. Right, Phil, drive through McDonald's with a beer. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's amazing, isn't it? Get drunk on a couple of burgers. Taco Bell is another American food chain. Is it? Never heard of it. Doing Mexican type food. All right. Now, somebody did say to me down in the port, down on the in the harbour part, there's supposed to be a Mexican type Mexican. I think it was Mexican Italian. I think. Well, anyway, I would imagine Mexican food must be pretty spicy, isn't it? Obviously, you can tell that I'm a connoisseur on food. Yabes, you're better off with solar panels, topping off the house electric. Yeah, funny enough, if you got the money, because I did meet a guy on B and actually did a video because he said to me, Sean, because I've been banging on about solar panels for years, about every time I contacted a solar panel company, as soon as they knew I wasn't buying nothing, they didn't want me to do it. And all I can say is because they're not properly regulated, even though they're going to say, "Oh yeah, we are regulated." Well, why don't any of them? Even the guy that I went to, the guy that fitted it in, even he didn't want to turn up to be in the video, which I thought was a bit strange, really, because solar panels are getting more and more popular in Spain, especially on buildings and that. And this guy was showing me he's still got to be with because he's obviously got the batteries, so the power goes into the cloud. I think he's explaining to me, and because it goes into the cloud, it's like a credit. They don't pay him for it. He puts it into the cloud, so it goes on to next month. So he's just paying his standing charges, but he was showing me the bill. I did it on the video. I think it was €9. I think my last bill come in the other day, it come in at €80, which I think is pretty good, because another thing, guys, what I found out with the electric companies, you got to be on top of them, because I think a couple of years back we was paying 3 times as much, and obviously electric never goes down in price, does it? And we was put on the wrong tariff. We was for some reason put on 2 tariffs. So yeah, you got to be on top of them, and obviously another thing, you have to go down to the office and you ain't going to speak English. So you need to speak a bit of Spanish to get the correct tariff. Right, I can see it's highlighted because Top Man Martin, Top Man, hippo character repeated points to the. I said, right, I know what that is, Martin. I've got to first say thank you very much. That's Top Man. I know what it on this software that I use. You've put a character on there, a hippo, and what it's saying on here, it's telling me what the character is, and it's got hippo character repeatedly points to the steamer with while chanting get God. Anyway, Martin, Top Man. I've all said it, haven't I? Well done. And are you still here in Spain, or you gone back to the UK? All right. Oil heating has been on air for the last 2 nights. You put the heating on, Kev. You wimp. I'll be honest. We nearly did it, but we said if we put the heating on now, that'd be it. We'll be having the heating on every night. So we're still holding out, but I can tell you, ain't going to be long. We burn about €1,000 a year in the Neptuno. We don't use a lot of hot water because we are thrifty. Oh, we are filthy. I'm sure. Jan want to be referred to that, Kev. I'm sure. So I'm right in thinking Jan's not watching this, is she? We had solar hot water on our roof for several years, needed constant maintenance, leaks burst. Thank you, Yabis. Glad you agree with me. Biggest rip-off going, isn't it? Those water heater things. Reminds me of Altar in the 80s when I lived there, serving pig's ears. I think one of the biggest shocks, when I was shocked, I went into it's a Frank Carrefour. It's a French supermarket here in Spain, really big, isn't they? And they sell everything from car wheels to baby pigs, frozen completely, and you can see it. It's like a frozen pig in a container, which then you can stick in your oven, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's the thing when you go to a different country. You obviously need to get into the culture, but sometimes you have to say, "No way, Jose." And obviously, I can remember giving Bonnie pig's ears. The dogs love pig's ears, don't they? But for people, some people have got funny tastes. I must agree, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, pig's ears. Doesn't sound very nice, does it? Peter, Top Man. Des, well done, Brian. I'm going through Brian now. Well done, Brian. Brian. Congratulations, Brian. Well done, Brian. God, I must have missed out a lot of comments here. I must have get them down a bit. Get in chicken dinner. Well done. Get in winner. Chicken dinner. I'm in the UK, mate. Bristol boy. Oh, okay. I'm thinking of somebody else then, aren't I? Maybe I know what it is. Sorry, Bengal Bert. I'm thinking of Bentley boy. Okay, so you're in Bristol. Okay, I get that. Right, Phil's saying Mexican Indian restaurants down the port. I see what it is. Mexican Indian. That's it. Because we've been trying to Go down there and check it out. It's down past Vigo's, isn't it? Right. It's Mexican Indian down there. It's meant would recommend. Okay, well there you are, Phil. I will check it out soon then. Let you know how we get on. Come round here one night and we will light you up with Jamaican food. That's all right, Kev. I can imagine what Jamaican food's like. That's going to be hot and spicy, in it. My body wouldn't survive it, Kev. But I suppose then you wouldn't need the heating on, would you? Really, if you eat that sort of food. Right, next door to Vigo's. Okay, so I'm on it. Right, no idea why that's on there or what means. It's right, Martin. What it is, on YouTube, you can get characters or something, but on this bit of software I got, they don't put up the characters. Bengal Burt says 38 watching, 41 likes. Well, that's pretty good. Just hit the like button. Come on, you lot. Let's get up to 100, eh? All right, back out in November for a fortnight. Went to see the turn. Went to see the turning on the Murcia lights. Oh, I see. Want to see? Yeah, that's a pretty good show, to be honest. I haven't been down. Oh yeah, I did. Sorry, yeah, I did go down last year to have a nose at the lights. It is worth going to see the lights, and if you got time, have a look at that Christmas. What's that thing? They got this little room, and it's like a model. Like, the Bible thingy, the stable. But they go big time there. They got this thing about doing all these different sets. Like a housing estate. Maybe not a housing estate. But you know what I mean. And you got Jesus here, and you got devils, and there's a thing about this. I forget what you call it now. I'm useless at these. It's the Jesus nursery thing, isn't it? Whatever you call it. But there's somebody in there apparently that's having a poo. What that's about, I ain't got a clue. But apparently, you all got to look for the man having a poo. That's it. You know what? Navity. Navity. No, yeah, you know what I'm on about. I can't. You know what? That's why I can't pronounce it. That's what it is. Yeah. Right, Fusion and Condado. I'll be honest, Brian. We went into Fusion. Must have been about a year ago. Bit expensive for what it is, and to be honest, didn't like it. It was, to be honest, microwave meal. Maybe it was just that night, but don't tell me you own it. I just didn't enjoy it. Unfortunately, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I've been there before when it was called the Funky Monkey or something, but the Fusion thing. Maybe the curry's different then. But what we had that night, really expensive, and it was what I would class microwave meal. Steve, I think the hams are probably past curling about flies. Okay. I'm wasting something there. They're great, and yeah, we heard about the pooing man. Never spotted him. That's what I mean. You got to have a really good look around. Because you can't miss him once you've seen the pooing man. What that is about, I ain't got a clue. I don't think Jesus was into the pooing man, but apparently, yeah, big thing here in Spain. So anyway, how's the time going? Oh, we got 6 minutes left. So it looks like, well, I've got to thank everybody that's been giving me questions, because I was struggling tonight, especially with Bex's question about is Starlink worth getting. Anyway, what I was going to talk about, but thankfully I ain't got to talk about much of it now, was about the autumn. Oh yeah, that's it. I talked about right at the beginning. Believe it or not, I do a thing every year about when the switch goes on. That means the summer's here, and when the switch goes off, and the switch went off not today. because the trousers are back on tomorrow. Winter's here. I think one of the things when you're looking at property, especially you guys that haven't bought a property here in Spain yet, these houses, if you buy one of these old ancient houses, that's what I class as a farmhouse, that's got like a 3 foot wall thickness, then you're right. You know that that's properly insulated. But you're going to find all these new houses, especially these prefabs, they're probably about that thick, and there'll be a little layer of foam on it. That's your insulation. And to me, no. I think when I was in the UK, I understood about the cavity walls. You had that middle bit that was empty, and then they used to fill it up with foam, didn't they? Or you could put in polystyrene bits. That worked. Here in Spain, they're just not into that. They're into cheapness. Thin wall, that's your cavity. But they ain't got no cavity. It's just a brick wall. I mean, admittedly, the bricks have got holes in them, but those bricks are really thin, guys. And they sometimes they put a bit of clad. But if you notice when you ask about the energy thingy, the energy performance thing, the A to D, you're going to find a lot of houses are on the D factor. Even these new ones, the ones that even I've seen been in them that cost €1 million, they're just not made right, and it baffles me, especially these new houses they're building here in Spain. They look like shoe boxes, and it's all glass. You imagine that in the summertime, that thick glass. Okay, it's supposedly it's got this stuff on the glass that reflects the heat out. What a load of rubbish that is! But apparently it does. So what happens when you open the door? There's no mozzie screens there or nothing, so all the flies and the mozzies come in. I think this is the thing when people look at property, they've got to really have a good look at it. It all looks nice. Some of these places, they do them up, these showrooms with all the stuff. It all looks pretty, doesn't it? But you've got to look at it. You want to be in there for a couple of. And another good thing I've heard, check to see if the ceiling fans work. Check to see if the central heating works. Check if the pump for the pool works. These are other things that people forget to check. And that's another few tips there from Expat in Mazarron. So, any more questions? Well, we come to the end then. We got 32 in the house. Well done for keeping in there, guys. Well, can I talk about anything else? I've got, like I said, I've got this AI stuff. It was saying about energy bills, off-peak habits, washing machines, dishwashers, timer. Now, a couple of years back with the electric companies, they had this sort of day and night service thing. You put all your stuff on at night because it's cheaper. But I think they've done away with that. I don't think they do this time thing anymore. Because we don't use it. We use our stuff. Sometimes we put the stuff on at night, especially the washing machine through the night. I don't think it makes any difference on the bill myself personally. Light bulbs, there's all this LED stuff now, isn't it? These LED lights. We got these fans now that come out of the light, and then when you turn off the light, the fans go back in, which is, I think, so much better than those. And they actually bring down the coolness, whereas those old whirly things with a full prong sticking out that throws all the dust everywhere. Didn't work properly anyway. Anyway, Martin, as Martin said, I think it's time to say adios, amigos. Hope you enjoyed it tonight. I want to thank everybody that gave me some questions to talk about, which is the main thing. Yabby's the same. Safe facing properties is a must. If you're buying a property, make sure the property's facing the sun and not facing behind the sun. Because I've been in a few properties where the sun's never even on it. And honestly, you might as well just go and live in a fridge. So I'm going to say adios, amigos. Well done to Brian, your top man. Look forward to getting your message. So I'll catch you next Sunday. Adios, amigos. I can't turn it off.